Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Village Board of Trustees meeting. It is October 15th, 2012, and I'd like to officially call this meeting to order. This evening, we're very pleased to have Boy Scouts with us this evening, representing Troop 132 from South Middle School as well as Thomas Middle School. Most of these scouts are in the 8th grade and probably very accomplished, as you can see all of their badges on their uniforms. Gentlemen, you may begin.
Color guard attention. Color guard forward march.
Would the audience please rise?
Color guard halt. Color guard prepare post the colors. Post the colors. Will the audience please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard return to rank. About face. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Color guard dismiss.
Not quite yet. I want to introduce all of you. The audience may be seated. We've just had our colors presented and flags placed by the help of Michael Allicott, Jason Caswell, Daniel Chahowskowski, Connor Deshane, Kevin Green, Oliver Pagano, Ryan Pearson, and Mark Vander Avant. They're accompanied by their leaders, Edward, another one of those Shakowski's names, and Carrie Pearson, Thomas Allicott, and Jim Green. Thank you to the leaders very much for your inspiration to keep these young men, and hopefully we'll see them all attain Eagle Scout. We're pretty proud of all those who make it that far. So gentlemen, take a bow, and let's give them a great big hand. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. You can be retired now, or however you're going to stay and study us, either way. I'd like to ask our clerk if she'd please call the roll.
Trustee Blackwood? Here. Trustee Breyer?
Here.
Trustee Farwell?
Here.
Trustee Glasgow?
Here.
Trustee Hayes?
Here.
Trustee Rosenberg?
Here.
Trustee Scaletta?
Here.
Trustee Sidor?
Here.
President Mulder?
Here. We now move to item 4, approval of our minutes. We have minutes that are presented to us from our October 1st, 2012 meeting. Are there any comments, corrections, deletions, or additions?
Move approval.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Blackwood, seconded by Trustee Rosenberg. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move to item 5, accounts payable dated October 15th, and I'd call on Trustee Hayes.
Thank you, Madam President. I would move approval of the payables dated October 15th, 2012 in the amount of $1,456,448.92.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Hayes, seconded by Trustee Farwell. Any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Hayes?
Yes.
Trustee Farwell?
Yes.
Trustee Glasgow?
Yes.
Trustee Rosenberg?
Yes.
Trustee Scaletta?
Yes.
Trustee Sidor?
Yes.
Trustee Blackwood?
Yes.
Trustee Breyer?
Yes.
President Mulder?
Yes. We now go to item 6, where we have recognitions and presentations. This evening, we're very, very pleased to recognize a big effort of our Commission for Citizens with Disabilities. 4 years ago, this commission created an award to present to a business that operates within the village of Arlington Heights, who's truly demonstrated a caring and productive environment for the employees that happen to live with disabilities. The evolution of the current United States Disability Employment Awareness Month began in 1945, when Congress designated the first week in October each year as National Employ the Physically Handicapped Week. In '62, the word physically was removed from the week's name to acknowledge the employment needs of all Americans with disabilities. Congress expanded the week to a month in 1988 and changed its name to National Disability Awareness Month, which eventually evolved into its current name. Lots of changes here. The Labor Department's Office of Disability Employment Policy. It took over the responsibility for National Disability Employment Awareness Month in the year of 2001. The Department of Labor designated this year's theme for National Disability Employment Awareness Month as "A strong workforce is an inclusive workforce. What can you do?" And that's a question. Almost every citizen with a disability has a goal to positively contribute to the society in which he or she lives. But it takes the deliberate act of a committed employer to help citizens with disabilities to become involved and to contribute positively in the business environment. Tonight, I would like to join the co-chairs, Jackie McCarty and Ryan Danziger of the Village of Arlington Heights, co-chairs of our Commission for Citizens with Disabilities, as we present the 2012 Disability Employment Awareness Award to Target as a testament to this company's commitment to the people with disabilities. Ryan and Jackie, if you want to come forward. Before you begin, on behalf of the Village Board trustees and myself, part of that, we can't thank you enough for your leadership. And this is the tall and the short of it, huh?
That's all right. Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the Village of Arlington Heights Commissions for Citizens with Disabilities, I am pleased to present the 4th Annual Disability Employment Awareness Award. This award was created by the Village of Arlington Heights Commission for Citizens with Disabilities to promote October's designation by Congress as Disability Employment Awareness Month. This year's theme is "A strong workforce is an inclusive workforce. What can you do?" The Commission's ultimate aim is to promote the employment of citizens with disabilities in the community. One means of doing this is to honor and recognize Arlington Heights employers who demonstrate a commitment to hire and employ citizens with disabilities.
Having received several very good nominations, the Commission is pleased and excited to announce this year's winner as Target. Target has shown that it can maintain a strong and inclusive workforce by hiring employees with disabilities. In her nomination letter, Arlington Heights resident Carol Perrick, who joins us tonight, writes that Target hires employees based on their ability to fulfill the job requirements with or without a disability. As we have seen, hiring employees with disabilities allows Target to hit a bullseye for their customers, employees, and investors. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Maliha Pudilovic, manager of ETL Hardlines from Target, and we will present her with the award.
Welcome, and you can say your name if it's different than we just pronounced.
Yes, I think I blew it.
Oh, no, it's okay. I actually almost forgot my own last name because I just got married. So, no, she said it right. Maliha's fine.
Good, good.
It works. I just really want to quickly just say I'm actually really excited to be here to receive this award. I actually just joined Target about a year ago, and I consistently do interviews. And even throughout those interviews, it doesn't matter whatever your background is, and being able to just bring them on board with us, and just bring on to continue the culture of Target. John, who is was hearing impaired. He's one of our cashiers. He's one of my favorite, actually. Him and I interact a lot, and the guests love him too. So I'm really excited, I'm really pleased and honored to be able to receive this award. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a Photo op time, right. Can't miss this. And we surely make sure we get a photo to Target. And thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so much that every individual can give, and no one should ever be considered unable to do some of this. I think I've been to that cashier too.
I'm always there too, so feel free to say hello.
Okay. Thank you. Let's give Target again. They really care about us. Well, I think this awareness award is very good, and I hope other companies, I'm sure there are many, will continue to be nominated for this award, and it'll go on for years to come. We now have no public hearings, citizens to be heard. We have one request. Seth Goldberg, not a stranger to any of us up here, and probably not a stranger to many that live in the village of Arlington Heights. Seth manages to get involved. Not only is he a member of our commission with people with disabilities, but he's a checkout person himself at the North Point Jewel. And he has a lot of favorites. I've heard tales that the lines are longer at his counter because they all want to say hi to Seth. So Seth, if you want to come forward, you want to talk about, and is it your birthday today?
Yes. Yes, it is. Number 30.
Actually,
number
today.
30.
Well, I think we should sing, don't you think?
Yes.
Let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seth. Happy birthday to you. Yay! I think you're blushing. No.
I am. All right. Thank you, Mayor Mulder and trustees, for having me here tonight to share with you about our 4th annual fundraiser at Minor School that is set for Saturday night, November 10th, where the Chicago Bulls will be taking on again this year the Arlington Heights and Buffalo Grove Fire Department. I hope you will all be able to come and help us make this night another success. I would like to take a minute to introduce our board of directors of the Chicago Wheelchair Bulls who are here tonight. We have a vice president, Joe Girardi, who is in the audience over here. He's been playing wheelchair basketball for over 20 years. He's one of the original players on our team. And we also have Dan Ferreira, who's our secretary. He was our coach last year, so this year he's a player. We are a nationally ranked team consisting of adults with varied disabilities. I appreciate your support as well as the communities as well. Our goal and mission is to foster new opportunities for children and adults with disabilities by developing positive role models, building confidence, enjoying recreational activities, and building great community understanding and involvement. I hope you and your family and community will come out and cheer on the Arlington Heights and Buffalo Grove Fire Department once again this year. This will be fun for everyone. I wish to send a huge thank you once again to NSSEO and Minor School for hosting this event for the 3rd year in a row. Another huge thank you goes out to firefighter Jason Wackel, Local 3105 Union, and the rest of the fire department for their support and help. I couldn't have done this without you. Jason, thank you. He's their coach. That's been their coach for a while. I would also like to thank JD's for their donation this year again, and all businesses that have helped us. We're going to have some food and raffle prizes and silent auction tables, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, look for us on the WGN Morning News on Tuesday morning, October 30th. They are going to be doing a live segment with us from 7 to 9 that day. Another thing, Unfortunately, I don't have it with me. I had a surprise for all you guys, but I will make sure to get it to you guys one way or another. We are going, on behalf of not only the Board of Directors, but the whole team of the Chicago Wheelchair Bows and myself, for all your support that you've done for the last 4 years. We are going to be providing you guys all with a Wheelchair Chicago Bulls t-shirt. So all you guys are going to be getting that. We're going to figure out how to get that to you guys. So I look forward to seeing all you guys there, hopefully this year. And thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the Chicago Wheelchair Bulls, we appreciate it so very much.
You know, Seth, you somehow have to get a little more energetic. I mean, you just don't seem to be too excited about this event or anything like that. This was a dream of yours, and I can't believe it's already been 4 years.
This definitely has been my dream to do something like this in our village.
But are you going to ever let the fire department win?
They actually did beat us last year. We do money for points, so if somebody donates $10, the $10 become 10 points to the fire department. But
That's how they got the
yeah,
win. Oh, okay.
yeah,
They
but,
raised money. Okay, that's a good thing.
But the reason why I wanted to do this in our community is I wanted to really teach the community more about people with disabilities, and I want them to look beyond us, not just us as in a wheelchair. I want everyone to look at us as a human being, and that's why I wanted to do this. And I say this every single year. This is a city of good neighbors, and I've lived here for 30 years. I would not want to live anywhere else. I'm very, very fortunate to live in a community where people are understanding and they really give us a chance to do what we love to do.
Couldn't have been more perfectly said. Thank you, Seth, and thank you, all the members of the team. I just hope you are ready for those firefighters, except I think you've had a little more practice than they have. I don't know if they come back year after year, but thank you to 3105. You guys do a great job, and I think everybody has a lot of fun. I encourage all of our residents and our board to attend. It's November 10th. Mark your calendars at 7 p.m. at Minor Middle School. It's right here on Minor Street, not very far away, and it's a great thing. Trustee Rosenberg and Trustee Blackwood.
Seth, why don't you tell the audience where they can get tickets or who to contact, and if they can't make it, where they could make a donation if they want to.
First of all, you can guys get tickets at the door that night. The doors will open at 6 o'clock. Game starts at 7. If you guys do need any more information, anybody can email me at Seth, that's SETH 1982 at AOL.com. If for those that cannot make it to that evening, please let me know, and I will provide more information on where you can send donations, and we'll be very, very pleased and very happy to accept those donations.
I don't know if you have more of these.
I do have more flyers, so if anybody in the audience would like one, I can pass them out if that's okay with you guys.
If you could leave a few with
Yes,
us here
I
at
can
Village
definitely
Hall,
do that.
too. That would be great.
Most definitely.
That'd be
If
wonderful.
there's any other questions, I can answer.
Trustee Blackwood, I think, wanted to say something.
Well, actually, it was very interesting because today I was at Jewel at lunch and I was going to be in Seth's line, and his line was the largest, and I had probably 4 things, so I attempted to do my own self-checkout, and then I was having some strange difficulties with it, and finally I got through, and as I was trying to creep out of Jewel because Seth was busy, I hear this, Trustee Blackwood, and I said, Seth! And had I known it was your birthday, I would have stopped in my tracks and said happy birthday. But there is no one who could probably have made this more successful than you. Kudos to you, congratulations to your basketball team, and good luck.
And if I can also add one more thing, I'm sorry. I'm very, very proud to say last year we made over $6,500 last year. Every year we've been moving up. I know Trustee Hayes was there last year on your behalf, and it's really great to see all you guys out there supporting. And if you guys can, please
I
make
think
it
it was
out
on the
this
other
year.
side of the world that day. Trustee Hayes?
As Seth mentioned, I have been able to attend the last couple of years, and I just really find it a very fun and very inspirational evening. And so I would encourage all members of the community to come out and support this very good event. So thanks again, Seth, and again, happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me here, as always.
There's a reason why this tagline for the Village of Arlington Heights is, I don't know why they use the word, but it's city instead of village of good neighbors. So we hope all of our good neighbors show up and support this great game.
Thank you again, guys.
Thank
I
you.
really do appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Seth.
Thank you, Seth.
Adults are only $5, and where else can you see the Chicago Bulls? You know, not pretty good, pretty good. So thank you, Seth. We did our happy birthday. Was there any other citizens who wish to be heard? Did we get any cards? No. We'll move on to page 2 of our agenda. For those of you who are new and would like to follow our meeting, there should be copies at the back table of our agenda. We now move to old business, report of the committee of the whole meeting, which was held October 8th, where we had a motion. Trustee Glasgow?
Thank you, Mayor Mulder. This was a review of the fiscal year 2014 to 2018 capital improvement program. Capital improvement, for those members of the audience who are here learning more about us, are things that assist in the basic services of the village. We are blessed to live in the jewel of the northwest suburbs, and capital improvements help to assist things as building maintenance, building new buildings, making sure that the roads are taken care of, making sure that when you drive in your parents' car, you don't end up ruining an axle because there's potholes. It helps in the safety, health, and security of the people of the village of Arlington Heights, and we're blessed to live in this village and have the ability and the means to do what it is that we're planning on doing this next 5 years. I am moving that the committee of the whole recommend to the village board that the board approve the fiscal year 2014 to 2018 capital improvement program, and that the first year of the program, totaling $17,576,200, be incorporated into the village proposed fiscal year 2014 budget.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Glasgow, seconded by Trustee Scaletta. Any other comments from any trustees? Anyone in the audience? Because there's a dollar amount, we should have roll call?
Well, no, this
Just
goes
voice
to
vote?
Budget, so voice vote is all.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We have a report from the committee of the whole meeting of this evening in regards to liquor commission, and I'm looking for who made the
I'm right here.
motions. Right here. First one's Trustee Scaletta.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would move now, as I did earlier this evening, to recommend that the Village Board of Trustees recommend to the Liquor Commissioner that the issuance of a Class A liquor license to Courtyard Management Corporation, doing business as Courtyard by Marriott, located at 100 West Algonquin Road.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Scaletta, seconded by Trustee Sidor. Any other comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. The next motion comes from Trustee Farwell.
Thank you, Mayor Mulder. I move now, as I do earlier this evening, to recommend to the Village Board, to recommend to the Liquor Commissioner, the issuance of a Class A liquor license to Courtyard Management Corporation, doing business as Courtyard by Marriott, located at 3700 North Wilkie Road.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Farwell, seconded by Trustee Rosenberg. Any other additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. That completes the report of our meeting held this evening prior to this meeting. So now we move to the consent agenda. For those of you who are in the audience, the consent agenda contains all the items on page 4 and 5. I would ask first if there are any trustees who wish to remove an item from the consent agenda. Are there any trustees who wish to vote no on any item on the consent agenda? Is there anyone in the audience that has an issue with any of these? A motion for approval is in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Hayes, seconded by trustee Rosenberg for approval of the items on the consent agenda. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hayes.
Yes.
Trustee Rosenberg.
Yes.
Trustee Scaletta.
Yes.
Trustee Sidor.
Yes.
Trustee Blackwood.
Yes.
Trustee Breyer.
Yes.
Trustee Farwell.
Yes.
Trustee Glasgow.
Yes.
President Mulder.
Yes, motion carries. For our scouts, we've moved all the way to new business on page 6. And we have a new business item, and I'd call on our manager, Mr. Bill Dixon.
Thank you, Mayor. The item this evening is the Arbor Lane final plat of subdivision and final plan unit development. This would allow the division of the property into 19 lots, 16 residential lots and 3 outlots, and also allow 4 principal buildings on a zoning lot. This is, as previously mentioned, the final plat. The board had reviewed the preliminary plat and preliminary PUD earlier this calendar year. On September 12 of this year, the Plan Commission reviewed the final plat of subdivision and the final PUD and unanimously recommended approval. We're here for any questions the board may have. This is a matter that you previously spent considerable time on and granted approval preliminarily.
Trustee Hayes?
I just see, looking at the Plan Commission minutes, that the only thing outstanding was the need to have the signatures of ComEd and IDOT on the plat. Has that been obtained?
Trustee Hayes, yes, all the signatures are on the plat and it's ready for board approval now.
Okay. And is the petitioner here? Yeah. Why don't you just come forward, if you would?
If you could introduce yourself with your name and address, please.
Good evening. My name is Gene Krepak. My address is 1261 Cascade Court in Lake Forest.
Okay. And I do see in our materials a document called construction phasing. And I see that weather permitting, you're planning on breaking ground perhaps even by the end of this year. Is that right?
Well, it's a combination of weather permitting and the various permits. We actually have filed already for the MWRD permit, and IEPA follows, and the dark horse is always IDOT. That's always an unknown. Who knows when that is accomplished? So that may be something that will push us into next spring potentially, but
Okay.
we're hoping for this year.
I also see on that same document that it mentions equipment sales, vehicle parking, et cetera, will be along the Palatine frontage road throughout the construction process. If you could just address that a little bit in terms of where that will be located and whether or not it'll impact the regular flow of traffic along the frontage roads there.
Right, I have to clarify that. Not literally on frontage road. It will be between the southern 2 buildings. There's 4 buildings in a rectilinear fashion. 2 of them are at the southern end of the property, and 2 are somewhat adjacent to the frontage road. Well, the 2 northerly buildings adjacent to frontage road will be the last phase, leaving that strip of land vacant for the parking and sales and construction placement, etc. And until the very last minute, when the last building goes in, that is when all of that is removed. So the actual frontage road is never used, other than in and out access.
Great. That's all the questions I have, and I would move approval.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Hayes and a second by trustee Breyer. Further questions, trustee Farwell?
Mr. Krepak, before we vote on this this evening for the final plat, just one last question. When we were here for the initial approval back in, I think it was June, there was quite a bit of discussion on the property to the south of you, immediately adjacent.
Oh, yes.
And there was
Sure.
little or no interest in them joining in any sort of development of this
That's
nature.
correct. That's
I'm
correct.
assuming that that remains unchanged.
Well, you know, we've had meetings, we've made proposals to no avail, and therefore there was a recommendation by the planning staff to provide an easement, an access easement, both at the east and west edges of the property leading to that development, which potentially provides access and actually a looping of that property through our development. Now, we ran a pro forma, if you will, of what could be developed. And the reality is the amount of improvements that would have to go in for what remains usable, considering stormwater management, setbacks, parking, etc. The cost of improvements exceeds any profits. So I doubt anything will happen. And quite frankly, in the midst of all of it, the neighbor built a substantial metal garage in the middle of that property. So obviously, he's not interested.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking, is because once you build yours, there's really, that land is going to be useless
It's useless.
for true development.
And that garage is steel construction through and through. It will probably outlive our development.
No, it won't. No, yours will be great. Yours will live for decades. So, with that
It'd be
in mind.
interesting to see how they get into that garage, you know.
Well, they have at the present time access through their service alley of
Shopping
the
center?
shopping center. That's their own property, and they always have had, in fact, two means of ingress from along the south side of the shopping center and along the east side of the shopping center. So there's always been access there. So that's why, quite frankly, we were a little puzzled. Why do they even need us? If I may, I'd like to thank the staff, the planning staff, and single out Matt Dabrowski particularly. He's been just terrific. I know he's not here today, but for the past year and a half or so, very professional, very helpful in guiding me through the details of ordinances, et cetera, et cetera. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to return, and I hope to do some affordable housing in town and work with your affordable committee.
Well, I thank you very much for that comment. I think sometimes developers and people who work with planning department, they're so intent on getting through the process that it's until later that they realize that the staff has done a lot to try to help them make sure they got it right before you get to us. And I'm sure Mr. Perkins will extend your gratitude and your fine complimentary comments tonight with Matt.
And Mr. Mike Pagonis is also
That's
is in the same boat.
Another nice guy, and you know what? He used to work for IDOT, so be nice to him. Maybe he still knows friends.
Well, he did give me a suggestion of how to expedite things a little bit there. So hopefully, my efforts will work. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, Trustee Rosenberg?
Tell us again what the size of these units are going to be.
They are averaging 1,700 square feet.
And roughly what's the price point of them? I don't know if you know that yet.
In the upper twos.
Okay.
But, once, the extras are added, depending of what people choose to upgrade, we're thinking they'll probably average right around the 3 mark.
Basements or no basements?
No basements.
2-car garages?
Oh, yes, 2-car garages, fully sprinklered, which is part of one of the requirements, of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Trustee Scaletta, and then Trustee Glasgow.
Have you purchased the property yet?
Not yet. It is based on all this.
As you know, although I did approve or vote in approval of the variance that you requested from the Building Code Review Board, I've been opposed to the plan because I thought that there was too much on this parcel, and I'll again be voting no to be consistent with my prior votes.
I understand.
I hear you.
Trustee Glasgow?
I concur with Trustee Scaletta. I voted no last time, and I'm going to be voting no again. I just think it's too dense a project for the property that you've proposed to purchase. I appreciate the fact that you're attempting to develop the property. I would feel a lot more comfortable with less dense development and/or if it were expanded in some way, as we discussed before. I had my concern about snow removal, parking, et cetera, and I will be voting in accordance with that.
Any other comments from trustees? Anything else from staff? We have a motion.
Yeah.
Got a second? Roll call.
Trustee Hayes?
Yes.
Trustee Breyer?
Yes.
Trustee Scaletta?
No.
Trustee Sidor?
Yes.
Trustee Blackwood?
Yes.
Trustee Farwell?
Yes.
Trustee Glasgow?
No.
Trustee Rosenberg?
Yes.
President Mulder?
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Here are these, Mr. Clerk, if you want these.
If you don't need them, I'll.
Recycling. We always like recycling.
Don't have to print some more.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Seems like we never have enough.
I drew pictures on this. There we go. We now move to legal. Do we have anything under legal? Petitions, we have the report from the village manager.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, we're asking the board to hold a closed session, and under state law, we have to cite the statutory reason. So, per 5 ILCS 120/2C21, discussion of minutes lawfully closed, and 5 ILCS 120/2C11, litigation. It's not anticipated that the board will report out anything this evening as a result of the session.
So moved.
There's a motion by trustee Hayes, seconded by trustee Breyer to adjourn into closed session. And as indicated by Manager Dixon, there will be no resumption of our meeting this evening to report anything out. Any other comments? Motion and second, roll call, please.
Trustee Hayes?
Yes.
Trustee Breyer?
Well, actually, Trustee Scaletta seconded it, but
Oh, I thought it was
I
your
heard a
voice.
sound down here, and I'm hidden, so you're not sure.
No,
who it
okay,
is.
I would
How did you
change.
confuse our voices?
I thought it came further down. You might have been muffled there, John.
Love you, Norm.
Can the minutes correctly reflect it was seconded by trustee Scaletta?
Yes.
Thank you.
Aye.
Trustee Sidor?
Yes.
Trustee Blackwood?
Yes.
Trustee Breyer?
Yes.
Trustee Farwell?
Yes.
Trustee Glasgow?
Yes.
Trustee Rosenberg? President Mulder?
Who was the last one? Me? I don't think I can get that low with a yes, okay. Motion carries. If there's any petitions or communications, a motion for adjournment into closed session.
So moved.
Motion by trustee
We just
Rosenberg.
did that.
We just did that.
We did that
We
already?
did that. Okay,
Yeah, we're good.
we're adjourned. Thank you.